Kind of like, I think you were working the counter when Aunt was helping us out with some other stuff, like
probably.
And you were just kind of like busy, but I remember thinking like, oh, she's scary too.
What?
I don't know.
Wow. What'd you think of me then?
What's up, Mom fam? Welcome back to the antandchristina channel. Today we have our very first guest for our very new mukbangs in our beautiful set that these guys helped design for us.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
It's so good. You guys did such a great job. I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud.
Well, thanks to you
I am
guys.
so proud.
So today we have tiffandcase here, and we have this special charcuterie board.
Oh, that's how you say it.
Charcuterie. Yeah.
Because I'm like, how do you
Charcuterie.
So this charcuterie board is actually made by a very good friend of mine, and they're on Instagram called My Cheesy Passion. Let me make sure I say it right. My Cheesy Passion, right here, guys.
Nice.
So we have a whole bunch of stuff here, and we're gonna also talk about how we met tiffandcase, and the first time we met, how now we're such good friends. And before we do that, of course, you guys know.
Gotta bring out the alcohol.
So, what better than with cheese and meats? We have red wine.
He's out today.
Yep.
He's out.
He's out.
Let's enjoy this right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna enjoy
There
it.
we go.
Cheers
Guys,
to our
cheers.
relationship.
Cheers to us.
Cheers to us.
Cheers to friends.
Happy birthday.
That does make it taste better.
Right?
Ooh,
It's a good
it tastes fruity.
temperature too.
I put it in the fridge last night.
I like it.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, right? Okay, so let me show you guys what we got.
Yes.
We have a whole bunch of crackers, different kinds of crackers. We have like 5 different cheeses here. We have manchego, is that how you pronounce it?
Manchego.
We got brie, it's your favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Really?
Yes.
What do you guys like about
So
it?
good because it's so creamy.
That
Oh,
texture.
okay.
Yeah, the
Like it
texture
melts
is
in your mouth.
amazing.
Then we have our cheddar, and we have Gouda. Is it Gouda?
It's a
Gouda.
Gouda.
It's Gouda.
pretty
And
good.
my favorite is actually the salamis that we have over here, and the pepperonis.
And so much fruit.
Is that
Look at
ham
all
up
this
here? Is that
I think it's prosciutto, which is half
Prosciutto. Oh yeah,
Is that how you say it?
Prosciutto, yeah. I said prosciutto just now too.
It's always.
Are you kidding?
Is it a race? Are we racing right now?
All right.
Yep.
Are you
Are
trying
we
to do that?
downing the first
No.
glass?
I know Casey wants to do that.
Oh yeah, good.
Should I just give you the whole bottle?
I'll just pace myself. I'm watching you guys.
I might not finish this glass, to be honest.
Really? It's so
Everyone
good.
knows that when I drink alcohol in here, like I can't handle that much.
Oh, did you
No,
take
do
your
it.
thing before you?
That's her.
That's
Oh,
me
that's
now.
you.
Oh.
He used to, but it makes him more drunk. He can't handle it.
Really?
Oh.
Mhm.
I like drunk
Pepsid,
ant
what is
though.
it?
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
I like drunk ant.
Drunk.
Yeah. And then we can jump in your pool.
That should be a new
afterwards.
segment.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Drunk ant.
Yeah, we don't got anywhere.
I'm just gonna rage.
I like it.
I'm gonna throw the cheese board everywhere.
Yeah!
No cheese for nobody.
Wait. No.
I've never seen you drunk. Like drunk. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen
I
that.
don't think we've ever seen Ant like in its fullest capacity.
That's
like,
how we met.
That's my younger days.
We used to
Really?
get drunk all the time.
Aw.
That's fun, Aunt. That's fun, Aunt. We need to bring them
I
back.
hear stories like of like going to the movies and like or like sporting events, and you're that guy.
I mean, you get hella rowdy when you drink.
True.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
we-
You know what?
you keep pointing the finger at Aunt. I'm like, that's kind of you too.
True.
It's
You
just-
are that guy.
It's men being men.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
It's in our DNA.
We
You
just
know?
need to get rowdy together now before you guys can. So.
True.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, I just popped my lactate, so I'm ready to eat cheese.
All right.
Ooh.
And
What do you
Do
do?
We can dig in, guys.
Birthday boy?
oh, go ahead, dig in.
We're doing it together. Like
Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
Everyone grab a
alright.
cracker.
grab a cracker. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Stand.
I like these.
I know.
Yeah, go for it.
These look like some tortilla chips.
What will go good with brie?
Oh yeah. Can I get some?
Oh, it is a
brie?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
This one with brie.
you guys can just go for
What
it.
is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't.
Brie?
I don't want to mess it up. It looks so pretty.
Are these poppy seeds?
Okay.
I'm
Just
just gonna
grab it.
grab
Yeah,
it.
just grab it.
I'm grabbing it. Okay.
Can you be the mom
Here
at
you
the
go.
table and just serve me too?
Are you gonna eat the seeds?
Ooh.
You spit them out, right?
I don't know. Do you chew it? I don't remember.
No, I usually spit them out.
I'm that
Yeah.
guy. I'll just swallow whatever is not meant to be eaten. Like I'll eat shrimps and then like the shells on there. I'm like, I don't want to peel it. I'll just eat it and swallow the shrimp shells.
This is
So
so good.
Okay, I'm gonna dig in for the brie too.
Oh
You should
dang.
get the pomegranate too. It's really yummy.
Are you getting a brie?
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't want to knock anything over. Oh, thank you. Bam.
I wonder who's gonna be the first rowdy one.
It's already begun. Yeah. Are we eating the white part too?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's all edible.
Mmm.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Mmm.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Just that texture. It's so perfect.
Wow.
If you get some pomegranate in there though, it adds a nice little
It's
a little
sweetness
crunch?
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like juicy.
Mm.
You know the cheese doesn't even taste like cheese.
Right, that's why I like it.
Wow.
The strawberries taste like strawberries.
I need more pomegranate. Can I just use my fingers?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we get a pomegranate. I can't reach.
You want a pomegranate and just like stick it on there? It's so good.
So you just eat the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ate the whole thing. I think I missed
Oh,
the
Oh,
seal.
not bad.
You got it.
My bad.
Oh.
This is actually cooling me down. I'm not
Me
sweating.
too. Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
The
This
fruit
is-
is a nice touch.
This is
I
the
love
best
it.
Lunchable ever.
Wow.
Wow. This is adult Lunchables.
Adult Lunchables. Adult Capri Suns.
That's what we should make, dude.
Adult Lunchables.
Yeah, with wine.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Adult
awesome.
juice packs.
Mm-hmm.
You should tell your friend.
I'll start packaging like Lunchables.
No. You guys gotta go here. My cheesy passion, alright? She made this very beautiful. I actually want to get some fruit. Okay. My bad. The wine's kicking in now.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
So my friend told me actually that this guy right here, it's a blueberry vanilla cheese.
Yeah, I was actually had so many questions about that guy right there.
Okay, I have it on my phone. Sorry guys, I gotta bust it
Alright, you
out.
keep talking about weed.
It's called a blueberry vanilla goat cheese.
Oh.
And
That sounds very
Now this is an
intense.
adult lunchable. Look at this.
they said that's their favorite thing on it.
Adult
Really?
Lunchable
Okay.
right there.
Okay.
How
What
is
did
it?
it with?
Oh god.
Can I just borrow yours right now?
No, I
look, you did it so good.
Your own.
Which cracker cheese? The round one?
I need that one.
Oh, you put it with the meat? Is it good like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Man, I love
Oh
this.
man, that's really good.
Which one are you going for?
I'm gonna go for this one.
I'm working my way that way.
Oh
This is
my
a corn,
god.
what does the corn chip go with? This is a corn chip.
Don't remember.
It's okay.
You know, a few sips later. And
Yeah. No, the blueberry, it's like sweet. It's a sweet cheese. It smells sweet.
Dang.
Never
Does
had-
she make these things?
Mm-hmm.
she put it together.
I'm gonna eat this by
No,
itself.
like the ingredients. Like the cheese. Or I don't know.
No,
No.
they're all store bought.
Because I'm gonna be like extremely
Yo.
impressed.
Blueberry cheese.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Alright, I'm gonna try without the meat
It
too.
tastes like cream cheese.
Just eat the cheese by itself. So good.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
like
my
ice
God.
cream. Or it's like a cheesecake.
I usually don't like goat cheese.
So good.
Oh no, I'm making a mess.
Uh-oh.
Lunchable.
Sorry, we need to
Mm.
clean up after. after.
Don't worry, just drink more wine, you're all good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm.
This is so good.
Mm. Mm.
I need to purchase one of these. Can you introduce me to your friend?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's done.
I think we just need you over for more mukbangs.
That's true.
Yes, we'll
Let's
do
do
this
that.
more often.
Tomorrow?
Every
Wow.
meal. Mm.
This makes me feel really fancy and trashy at the same time.
Why?
Why?
It's fancy because it's fancy. Broke out the wine glasses, you know, for this.
Mhm.
And it's trashy at the same time because I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I don't know.
We don't know what we're eating.
I feel
So you're
trashy.
trashy.
Not,
This
not
isn't
measuring
trashy.
up to this.
You
yeah.
are trashy.
I'm trashy. Yeah.
Has anyone ever had Manchengo?
No, I've never heard of it.
Me
I
neither.
have.
I think it's one of those cheeses that those like the continental breakfast stuff that you see, and I'm like, I'm not getting that cheese. It looks dry. But this you can see it sweating right now. It looks really good.
Ooh, there's kiwi.
How cute.
Mmm.
Thank you.
Mmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's real hot. No,
You're red already.
It looks cute. It looks like you just wore a little bit of extra blush. It's cute.
She
Way too much
Did
blush.
you not take Pepsi?
I did. I took it an hour ago.
What does that do? Pepsi? So it prevents that Asian glow?
Yeah, it's supposed to help break down certain things that usually like Asian people can't break down.
Oh, like lactose and stuff.
I don't know if it's that different one. No, that's him.
This is so like anti-age free.
It is, right?
The cheese and the alcohol.
Well, we do have some spinach artichoke dip over there and some spicy hummus as well. Oh, not spicy, regular hummus.
Yes,
Okay.
this corn chip must be for the hummus.
Oh.
Wait, is it? No, hummus and corn chips don't go together, do they?
I think it might be this guy right here.
Oh, true.
You know
I'll
what?
try
Well,
this
the
in
beauty
Irish.
of this is that you can just explore and find out.
That's the best thing about charcuterie boards.
Yes.
Exploration is amazing. You can do whatever you want.
You can't do no wrong.
We also have some sea salt chocolates over here.
Sea salt.
I know.
Now hold down the table right here.
Over.
My bad.
There we
We
go.
got some jam.
Alright.
Artichoke dip.
Yummy.
Nice. You want anything?
I got it. Thank you.
I'm gonna go for prosciutto. I like this cut. It's nice and marbled.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
We haven't even gotten to the main topic yet because all this food is just so good.
No, let's do it right now. So today we have tiffandcase here because we're gonna just.
Why do you sound so formal?
I don't know. It must be the
You
cheese.
can be very formal. Let's be really formal.
It must be the cheese and the finger.
Mm.
Oh yeah, the
Pinkies.
pickies.
Thank you.
Talk to you in a minute.
Long time ago, we met Tiffany's.
Okay. Who was the first one to meet? I met you guys first, right? At the same time.
I honestly, truly
Didn't we met at the same time?
don't remember meeting Christina, and I love you so much, but I really don't.
No, I love you guys a lot too.
too.
No, I was thinking the same thing because he was like, "Oh, let's write some notes down like of our fondest memories." And I'm like, I don't remember when I met them though.
Yeah, I really don't remember meeting Christina, but I remember meeting Aunt because that was during the first time I met Aunt was we were filming a JK skit at his liquor store.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
that's
Isaac
on
was
that.
actually in that skit, so Isaac
Yeah.
got to meet Aunt too at the same time. I don't know if you had met Aunt before that.
Very cheap.
I think that was the first time we
First time, yeah. If I met him sooner than that, it would have been for the location scout for that specific project.
I don't think anyone came.
Really?
Yeah,
you
just
just
came and
showed
shot
up
him,
and
yeah.
just filmed it?
Yeah.
I remember meeting you, and you were Joe's friend. And
Yeah.
if you know anything about Joe, Joe has
Especially in that time.
a very
Crazy.
storied past. And so when I heard that you were from Joe's like
That
that
life.
life, yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh. And with all the tattoos, I was kind of like intimidated by Ant when I first met him. And so I never really spoke to you when I first met you, especially during the shoot. I don't think I said one word other than like,
You were scared of Aunt.
nice to meet you. Yeah, well, cause I don't have any tattoos. I don't come from that life. And like, Joe was like cool, cause like he kind of like tries to break out of that past life, and like he's like funny. So like I was like, okay, I can be comfortable around Joe, but then I didn't really open up towards Ant yet. So then
I thought you were just working and focused. I didn't know
well, that
you were.
too. That too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think if there was a conscious effort to mingle, then it'd been different. But yeah, it was the whole work aspect of it. But
Because you were working like that, you were so focused. I started talking to the people who weren't working, and that was like Tiff and Isaac, who were just like sitting on the floor in the storage room.
That's
And,
true.
Isaac eventually fell asleep there.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fell
Was there-
asleep on the floor with
With
Bolt.
I
Okay, I was like, was there a dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
He sent me a picture of it, and I didn't know who you guys were yet. And I was like, oh my god, that's so
Oh,
cute. That's
really?
the cutest thing ever.
How cute.
Very cute.
I remember thinking like my first impression of Aunt was, I was thinking like a little bit along the lines of kind of like what Casey's saying, where it's like, oh, Joe's friend. Joe at that time was bald, like super cholo looking, and like, I mean, I'm Mexican. I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. I knew a lot of cholos. A lot of the cholos were my friends, so I wasn't like intimidated or like anything like that. It was just kind of like a sense of like, oh, a little bit of familiarity,
Okay.
right? For that reason.
Oh, so it's a
But-
comfort thing.
But not so much. Not
Mine
so
was
much.
scary.
No,
Yours
no.
was like comfort.
That's why we get along so well.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But it wasn't even like that wasn't even on the forefront of my mind. What was on the forefront of my mind was how sweet and like accommodating and like really attentive Aunt was because of the fact that I had my kid there. You were always so like, oh, like is Isaac okay? Because I think it was I can't remember what kind of weather, but I feel like it was kind of hot weather. kind of like this. But I just remember you being like, oh, does he want a soda? Like, oh, he could just get any chips or whatever. Like, just whatever he wants. Like, go ahead. And I'm like, that's so nice. You don't even know us, but you were just so generous. And like, that really stood out to me, and like how attentive and how sweet you were to just complete strangers. So I'm like, that's so nice.
It's because when I talk to Joe, he talks about you guys a lot and everyone who works for JK and how everyone does so much for JK and everyone's like, you know, good kids, we're all just trying to get by and stuff. So that was kind of like, okay, they're just like me, you know? And
hard workers, good people.
Yeah. So because we're kind of like all in the same group of friends, like it was very easy to, you know, get to know you guys.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I know I didn't feel like any sort of like, oh, like we won't really gel kind of vibes. Because sometimes you get that from people.
True.
But yeah, that definitely wasn't the case.
Yeah, it was a great first time meeting you guys. And like from that point on to the next one, it was probably years until the next time we met.
Yeah.
At least
I think so.
at least 2 years, I would
so.
say.
You know where I finally got to like meet you guys? I think it was our first trip to Hawaii.
Yes, in Maui.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That's the memory that really
met.
you're like really dope people.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
So we probably met each other. Was it at the airport then? Was that?
No, they were already there.
I don't know.
You guys are already settled in Maui, and we came.
Oh, because you guys you didn't go to Oahu before.
No.
Oh yeah, we did
Because
it.
we first stopped in Oahu. We were there for a few days, and then we went to Maui, and that's when you guys came.
Yeah. And then, we were sharing a room with Joe at that time.
Oh my god, I remember that room too.
Wait, what happened in that room? I don't remember.
They had neighbors that were very loud.
Got it.
Yeah, very, very loud. And I remember when you guys were like, oh my gosh, they were just so loud.
She was screaming
I don't remember this.
all night.
I don't remember.
They were having like a sparring match.
An entanglement.
That's the term I keep using now too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we heard his song today for the first time, huh?
Yeah.
Who, Jada? I mean,
No,
August.
He made his entanglement song.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, I remember that trip though with you guys.
it was a really fun trip.
It was so
That was
fun.
our first time to Maui, my first time surfing,
Yes.
my first time meeting.
We did the surfing thing.
We did surfing. We did so many adventures together. A lot
We
of
went
hikes.
hiking.
Yep, a lot of hikes, and then meeting your parents.
Oh yeah,
For the
that's
first
right.
time?
Yeah,
That was
so
so
Yeah, it was a really great trip, and that was probably 2 years after meeting them at the liquor store.
Probably,
And
yeah.
probably your first time really meeting them. We
That's
probably had like a
awesome.
barbecue here and there.
I met Christina at the liquor store too, and you were kind of like, I think you were working the counter when Aunt was helping us out with some other stuff, like
Probably.
and you were just kind of like busy, but I remember thinking like, oh, she's scary too.
What?
I don't know.
What'd you think of me then?
You're scary. Everyone's scary to me, I guess. I don't know. The world's scary. I don't know.
I think he's so Casey's from Texas. He's not used to the LA Asians
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Mexicans.
He
like-
grew up like pretty well off, so he doesn't really know like the
Well,
struggle.
my perception of LA is all through media and movies, and,
Okay.
and it just so happens all the movies and media that I've ever consumed about LA is always like just like the gang stuff and like I don't know, just like you get this like perception.
Oh!
what happened?
What did you do? You
That
dropped
was
the
like 10 grapes that fell.
Me?
Oh, that was him.
Oh,
You didn't even touch
no.
the board.
5 second rule.
I got the.
Oh.
That's I was like, did I do that?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry to my friend who made the board that's watching right
5
now.
second rule.
What's her name?
Doreen,
Doreen.
So when you
Thank
guys-
so much, Doreen.
hit her up on Instagram. This board is amazing. Like, we're going in on this, and there's still so much stuff.
Yes.
And I do love how, like, I can go from the cheese to the cracker and then get some fruit to refresh myself.
Yeah,
Like,
this
I
is
don't-
so refreshing right now. Oh god.
Casey looks like he needs more wine.
Oh yes.
Oh, so do you.
We all do. I think we all do. What do you say?
You know, the first time I met you guys, I was, I respected you guys a lot off the bat already. Just because, like, I saw you with a kid, and I'm like, okay, she's very responsible, of course.
Yes.
And
Good mom.
That's so funny because I thought that the immediate thought would be the exact opposite. She's so irresponsible, getting
No.
pregnant as
Oh,
a teenager.
wait, not even.
Because Isaac is such a good kid, you know?
It's so funny, like the pressures you carry with you versus like how other people actually perceive you.
Well,
is
it's not
so
just that,
opposite.
but like I literally got a lot of the opposite. That's
Oh,
why I'm
I
like
see.
so shocked that you didn't also have that same mentality.
That's why we're your friends.
Yeah.
Right? We got your back.
Thank you. I love you guys.
And then with Casey too, I'm like, okay, this guy is the boyfriend of the mom and this little kid. I'm like, that's very respectable, like,
Super.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
thank
And
you.
and being so young too, and I'm like, okay, this is a good guy, and I don't know, I just respected you guys a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like you guys are very mature for your age, and especially
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
you, like, you're so young and you had this, like, grown kid, you know, and I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, I didn't think you were irresponsible at all. I thought you were just like,
Oh, thank you guys.
you guys were
I was-
like, wow.
When I met you guys and Isaac, I was like, okay, when I have a kid, I hope our kid is gonna be as good as Isaac. I hope we can raise our kid
That's crazy.
as good as Tiff raises him.
Mhm.
You know.
You're trying to
I
make us
can see.
cry over here?
I know. Stop
Did it
it.
work?
Well, you can't tell. It's mixing in with the sweat,
I know.
so we're just really sweaty over here.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. We're not sweating, we're shiny.
No, I honestly thought the same of you guys, especially because Joe would always tell us like, oh my God, Aunt, he's such a hustler. Like he's always constantly
yeah.
working. Like this fool hasn't taken a vacation in like 5-6 years or something like that. That's what
I
you guys
never take vacations.
Never.
Yeah.
No, but like at that
He's like,
time for the
what's that
Hawaii
vacation?
trip,
Yeah.
it was like the last time he left on vacation was like years, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and he's like been working every single day, like insane hours every day. And then Christina, like you know, you were working at the hospital with your HR job. It's so stressful,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh my God, you guys are superheroes. Like, how do you do this? Because I'm like, I couldn't work that hard like every day. Like,
You guys do work
constantly.
that
Yeah.
hard. We all work the equal amount, same of hard.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
I got you.
We all work hard, but it's just different settings. Like I was in more of like a formal setting, but you guys are entrepreneurs, you know. Like I respected you guys for like being able to like be your own boss and kind of like create your own schedule and stuff like that too.
No, but before that though, I was working at the hospital.
I know.
So
Yeah.
it was like we had that hospital connection. It was pretty cool. And then the hospital that you had worked at, like I had worked near there too, so I was like, cool, you work here? It's pretty cool. I don't know, it was really, for me, I always viewed our friendship as like a good blend.
Yeah.
It was just like easy work. What happened?
What's going
They're
on?
watching a drama right now.
It looked like he was stealing food.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
He gave me like a look and he started biting into it like he stole it. I was like, wait, what?
I was listening to their story.
And he looked all into it. He's like,
When do you guys think that like the defining like bonding moment in our friendships?
I think when I started working with JK and I started seeing you guys every day. And that was when I started working for David as an intern. And then that's when I first
You were
started.
David's intern?
I was David's intern for
that's
like.
how we started.
Yeah.
For Go for Broke.
Even
No, not even for Go
Yeah,
for Broke.
before Go
Just
for
for
Broke,
David.
yeah.
I didn't know that because I was David's assistant.
Not at that time. So it was
It was
me and
after-
Vanessa.
Oh, I didn't
Remember?
know
And
a
then
while ago.
I was there till like midnight just putting labels on all this camera equipment and like doing that kind of
Who
work.
did that? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and the first time you're like, hey, are you working here now? Like YouTube is your life now? And I'm like, I guess. You know, I didn't know what that meant at the time, you know?
Yeah, what you think of like what we did in like the whole YouTube space and then like in that time too, like you kind of like getting your feet wet.
I was
Your
excited.
small feet?
No, taking small steps into it. I was about to say,
No, I got
and
that.
I
Don't
was
worry.
like, getting your feet wet sounds cooler.
We actually had to have a conversation about this too, because like during that time it was like him kind of like freelancing work, right? Kind of just
Yeah.
like experimenting and doing different things. So for us, like it was just like, okay, so I'm gonna have to like hold down the fort
Mhm.
and work full time and take care of everything and just let him try to like, get his feet wet and then like try to learn
Small
all that
feet
stuff.
wet.
Yeah, his small feet.
So like at that time,
You doubled down.
I was gonna, instead of, I was working a regular job.
Yeah.
And I was about to get a raise to become a chef at a supermarket.
Okay.
So
okay.
I just quit my.
When this time you had a regular job? 'Cause this was after liquor store. You had
You
a
sold
regular
it.
job.
After liquor store, I stopped working for like a year because I just needed a break.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I need to get back to some regular
I
job.
remember you'd be sending
And-
photos to like Joe or something. You'd be like in the pool, like chilling. Like, I sold a liquor store, guys.
I'm at work.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
No.
You used to send those pictures to me too. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, yes, working. I'm like,
I don't remember.
I remember that. Thank you.
I'm probably drinking by the pool, and that's not how I remember.
Probably with a beer. Yeah.
Well, so then I got a regular job, and then they're gonna hire me to be a chef. I was like, okay, I need to take this job, or I can work for David for free and try something new.
Mm.
And then I asked her about it. She's like, yeah, go do it.
Aw, so
And,
supportive. What a wifey.
Yeah, I was excited to, like, this was after going to Hawaii with you guys, and I'm excited to work with friends, people that I've met, and yeah, so I gave it a shot, and that's how we just started talking every day. I
Yeah.
came closer to Casey. You know, I would just walk into his office and talk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that stuck out to me about you at that point, because I didn't realize that about you before, but working with you, you have like this attitude that like I think very few people have, and your attitude towards anything is, I need to get the job done, period. And that is your like life philosophy, and I'm like, that is super respect right there, like mad respect for that.
Mamba mentality.
Mama
Yeah,
That's
mentality.
exactly what it is.
You knew nothing about like filmmaking or anything. Like it's just like you were learning as you were going, but even then, like sometimes you just took the liberty to just get things done because it was like it took too long to learn something or took too long to get the right info. So you just had to get results though, and
Yeah.
that was really respectable about you. And I was like, yo, he's a keeper. Like he's got to be on the team forever. Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
here we are now with this set, but couldn't have done it without you guys.
Aw.
You guys taught me everything and taught us everything to where we are now. And
Aw, so sweet.
True. We just set the focus of the camera to just now.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
now it's not blurry.
yeah, it's our first mukbang without blurry food, guys. Very first one. Thank you.
Before we went to Paris for our wedding, we went to the mall.
Yeah.
And then
I was there?
like, you were there too. And then
Were the guys there?
you guys were! Because Christina and I were at a jewelry store trying to look.
Were we drinking?
We were probably just tagging along and like.
Yeah, you guys were.
Whatever.
Christina was pregnant with Leia.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like we'd just be sitting there talking and like I remember you were just so nervous. You're just like, any advice, girl? Like you're a mom, like how have things been? And I'm like, oh my god, I haven't been in your shoes in like a decade. I don't remember. But
I
like,
know you used to always like reach out to you for advice and stuff. I'm like, what do we do? It's our first kid. How'd you do
I
it?
know, it was so sweet. And like seeing you guys just grow. And I remember your first house,
Oh my gosh,
You
our
guys
tiny
had-
little house.
your tiny house, and then now
Oh,
being
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And like just seeing your guys' like progression of life is just so beautiful. I love it.
That's
I
true.
love our friendship.
If you could
Yes.
time travel and then give first pregnancy Christina and Aunt some advice, what would that be now? Because now that you've gone through the rodeo twice, or
Actually,
you're going through your second rodeo.
Giving
now.
us the advice.
Oh yeah, well what's our advice? Yeah, because we're trying to enter your phase now of like, you know.
Having Isaac to me feels like that was someone else's life. Like that was so long ago. Because Isaac is 12 now. In January he turns 13, so he's 12 and a half.
Oh my god.
That was like so long ago that I honestly feel like by the time we end up getting pregnant, that kid is gonna be like round 1, you know? So what advice would you guys give?
I would say not to be so hard on yourselves because like you always have like this bar that you set really high and you always have these expectations. You try to be like the perfect parents, but you know it doesn't matter like what society expects of you. It's just whatever you feel you're comfortable with. You go with your own parenting. Like people are always gonna give you they're always gonna give you advice, but you go with,
Unsolicited advice.
exactly. So
Yeah.
you do what you're comfortable with, like, and just don't be so hard on yourself if you feel like they're not progressing in something or if you feel like they're failing at something. 'cause-
You gotta listen to your own advice.
No, I'm
She's so hard on herself when Leia doesn't do things. Right?
I think we all gotta
I
listen to
know.
our own advice sometimes too, because like I think we always know what to tell other people.
yeah.
But then what we're telling other people, it's like, do we listen to our own advice?
That's what we should be doing.
More
too.
than likely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's reminding me of like when we went to like shop for like your wedding dress
Oh my god, yes!
and your cute
She was
house.
with
Oh,
me
yeah.
when I got my
That's
pal.
Oh,
right.
and she looked so gorgeous. Like that was like the most beautiful dress ever, and when you tried it on, I just remember saying like, that's my friend, like she looks so gorgeous, and Casey's gonna love it, all the guests are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, wow.
I love
So
it.
sweet.
That's exactly what happened.
No, I absolutely. That's actually one of my favorite, like, our friendship bonding
Me too,
moments
me
was
too.
that time that we went shopping and we were just like going through the stores, and it was funny because the first store we went to, and like that was the one where I think it was the first store, wasn't it, or second?
I think it was.
I don't remember, but it was
First or
like
second,
early
yeah.
on. Like we did not spend the whole
Okay, let's
day,
move on.
but it was the first dress I think I tried
Yes,
on, and I was
yes,
like,
yes.
oh my god, this is perfect. I can't
Yeah.
fall in love with the first dress I just tried on. We had to try on other things. I don't think I even tried on other things.
I don't think you had
Because
to.
you were like, it's perfect.
If
That was
it looked
so
like it was
sweet.
made just for you.
And it was just
so
the
good.
two of us. I have to emphasize that because there was like we had invited other friends to join us that day, and it didn't end up happening for whatever reason. And I was like, it's okay. It could just be me and you,
Yeah.
Christina. It'd be amazing. It'd be so fun. And it ended up being perfect. And we found the perfect dress. And then being in Paris when I was wearing it, you were telling me like you look so gorgeous, and I'm like, you helped me pick this dress. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
Aww.
You picked. Just keep eating. I'm just kidding.
I remember that moment when you guys hung out, just you two, because she told me, and I'm like, okay, this is awesome because I want Christina to, you know, be more close to you guys and bond with you a little more and stuff like
Because he was
that.
already building relationships with you guys.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like when
So-
he was with us at the office and stuff like
And
that.
she was at the hospital.
Mm,
Like
so-
I
yeah.
even picked her up from the hospital once.
You
and
did?
Oh
we
yeah,
went to go have lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because she worked near where we used to live,
Yeah.
and I wanted that to be a common occurrence where we could always spend lunchtime together.
Yeah.
And it ended up only being that one time, but even that one time it was really nice.
It was nice. Yeah, it was good to like get away. And are you okay?
Dude, I'm so
It is
sweaty
hot.
right now.
The spicy sausage made it worse.
Yeah.
I ate like 3 of those just now too.
Well, my advice that I have for you guys is when the baby comes, when you guys have a new baby, just enjoy the time, enjoy the moment. It's gonna get crazy, you're gonna get frustrated, and you're gonna have to work all the time. Being in this space, we're always working.
But yeah, like this lifestyle never turns off for
That's
sure.
true.
It doesn't, and that's why it's like you just have to enjoy the moment. Like when we had Enzo.
Son's name.
And so if you're watching this in the future,
Don't blame your dad. He's been drinking. Okay.
Name the one.
When we had Enzo, I was working crazy hours for Barbell and JK and doing all this stuff.
You're still
and
doing that.
I am, but at least I'm home now because of
Yeah,
the quarantine,
that's
so
true.
it's okay. But I kind of missed like the first month of his
Oh,
being
yeah.
born.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I regret the most. Like no matter how much I work, I wish I just like had time for something.
yeah.
But even like you know, it's not like I didn't take care of him. Like I did, but
You
I just
did
didn't
not.
absorb it and I couldn't enjoy it.
That's
and
cool
that's the
that you
thing.
recognize that now because Isaac, like I said, he's 12, about to be 13, and we just had this conversation yesterday
Yeah.
about like, oh my god, we said we were gonna do this when he turned 10, and then we said we were gonna do that every year. Like when he goes to school, he's about to be in 7th grade, and we still haven't done the thing we've been saying that he's gonna be doing. Because we started dating when Isaac started preschool.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
since preschool to now, like he's been in his life, and we had always had these ideas of like creating certain videos to like look back on.
Yeah.
And we never did, and now I'm like, oh my god, where has the time gone?
Time goes
Yeah.
by too
It's
fast.
so scary how fast it goes by.
Yeah.
Duh.
But you guys spend a lot of time with Isaac, which is great.
Yes.
You know.
True.
So,
Ooh.
Yeah, we have the luxury of not having a 9 to 5 where we need to go somewhere, be at an
Exactly.
office, so we're able to spend time with them.
And that's rare too, so
It's
just
very
enjoy
rare.
it.
But
honestly.
everyone else has the opportunity to do that now. Everyone
That's
else is
true.
quarantined. We're all at home.
Make the best of it.
everyone that's out there, enjoy your time with your family. That's what matters most, and
As
that's
much as they're making you go crazy.
that is why we are all quarantining at home for everyone's
Exactly.
families.
Yeah,
So-
right.
And then not just that, but like keep in touch with your friends, because like, you know, we try our best to
Always
keep-
check in, yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Speaking of friends, guys, make sure go on My Cheesy Passion on Instagram if you guys want to get one of these charcuterie
Yes,
boards. It
they're
was
so
awesome.
good.
Did you guys enjoy it?
Yes.
I loved it.
It's
Like,
so good.
Yeah.
it's just amazing. I think we're gonna keep eating.
Oh
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you get the blueberry cheese. The blueberry
Yes.
cheese.
And
The
the
goat
brie.
cheese.
The
Oh.
microwave
Okay, yeah, and the
amazing.
brie, and then yeah, what's it called? Yeah, pomegranate.
What are these nuts? Macadamia?
Macadamia nuts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you guys are not following Tiff and Case on YouTube, IG, make sure to follow them. We'll include their links in the description box.
Why are you looking at me? Look at
Because
that.
I was like, what was I saying?
All right, we've had a little too much wine, guys.
Let's drink to that.
Cheers
To our friendship.
Yay.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for coming.
We love seeing you guys.
All right, thank you guys. On to the next video. Hopefully they'll be back for another mukbang. Love you guys.
Down.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Turn on the AC.
AC. AC.
All I want to is to be close to you, but I don't know how and what to do. I'm so shy.